Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the virtual man cave. And tonight we got the MLB rundown with Nate the Great. Yo, what's good, Nate? Man, how you feeling, family?
What's happening? I'm doing chilling, maintaining, can't complain. How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling, man. You know it's Friday, man. Feeling good, man. Can't complain on a fantastic Friday, yo. I mean, other than you wearing them pinstripes, yo. You know what I mean? Other than that, life is good, Joe. I see you representing New York. Represent New York. That's what's up. You know, never go wrong. We represent New York. You know,
Got to
I ain't gonna.
represent. You got to represent the team from the Bronx.
I mean, we could have left it at New York. That's why your internet froze up for like 2 seconds because you was in the Bronx. You mentioned the Bronx, and it was like, yo, internet freeze up. That's what we do out here in the Bronx, yo.
You starting off with slander for the boroughs already?
I'm, I mean, I'm from Queens, so you know, it's nothing personal. You know, we just throw little jabs or whatever. They gonna, you know, anybody from the Bronx who's listening or who watching, you know, they're gonna throw their little jab back. Whatever. It is what it is. It's New York love. Only New Yorkers can do it. Oh, what's good, Triple OG?
We here for the show, baby.
Yeah, you know that. You know that. Man, we just getting started, man. How your week been?
It's over. I think it
It's
is
over.
Friday. It is Friday, right?
Last time I checked, it was Friday.
Yo, but don't talk like that. I got to wonder how
Yeah,
much you've been checking. I got to
I mean, I
see.
just I just checked when I woke up this morning. It was Friday, end of the week. I know I ain't got to go to work tomorrow, so
Yeah, that's
I
a
know
good.
I know it's Friday.
That is a good thing.
That's a great thing. But yo, man, we're not gonna hold anything up. First, let's get it started. You know, I gotta pay the bill, so we get this out the way. You know, on the Virtual Man Cave Station Network channel, excuse me. I don't know what we're gonna call it yet, but when we find out, we'll let you know. We have other platforms. I mean, other shows and podcasts that are on this platform. Speaking of which, we have one coming up tomorrow night with the whole crew, which is the Virtual Man Cave podcast, which consists of me, myself, Model Citizen J. We got our good brother Nate the Great. You see our good brother D Rigger right down there. We got Arthur Sobers, aka the Panamanian Professor. We got Troy, aka the Coach. Leo, the superhero. You know what I'm saying? And we got our good man, what we call it, Corey, aka the mayor.
What's
On
the fuck?
Mondays, on Mondays, we have another podcast at 9:30. D Rigger presents Moments with Unc. On Tuesdays, well, I'm sorry, Wednesdays, we have Arthur Sobers presents the Health and Wellness Podcast, help you get right, stay fit. And Thursdays, sometimes Fridays, but you know, we on Thursdays, we have the MLB weekly rundown with Nate the Great, yo. So now that we got that out the way, man, let's get started with the recap of last week's games, which was pretty interesting. You know, I was privy to watch a couple of these highlights, and I was like, all right, Nate got some good ones for the homies tonight. But tonight we're gonna start off with this one.
A few weeks of his major league career. But Brennan Bosch was the one that started up hot.
Maximo Acosta to center field. Numero uno. He's on the board. His first major league hit is a home run. Look at Yuri. Look at the sigh of relief. Look at the family. And a weight lifted off everybody. A hit that he'll never forget. Look at the reaction.
Nah, that's what's up right there.
I think there's no greater feeling in the league, probably besides maybe hitting the series clinching home run in the World Series. Nothing better than getting your first actual major league hit.
The first actual major league home run, and everybody be in the stands to see it. That's dope. That's crazy business right there, yo. That's
Imagine when
crazy
you
business.
tell your kids or your grandkids, like, boy, my first at bat, boy, my first hit in the major leagues was a home run. You can't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you know what?
The best part about it is that this is the good invent of television and video and mainstream that we have it now. I mean, he gets to save this. He could put this on a DVD. He could put this in a PDF file. He could put this on a. He could save this into a number of spaces now, and he can relive it, turn it up on the television and watch it. And I think that's a real boss thing right now. That for people, they could get a real chance to celebrate and enjoy that things that they did and they come at this time. That's cool. That's good. That's good business right there.
I have to agree with you.
Steal department now, a liner into right, closing.
Oh,
That's Josh Lowe. Now a tag. Bellinger's going to try to go to third. He's going to be out by plenty at third. Josh
It wasn't even exciting by the time the ball got
to cut down Bellinger.
It wasn't even exciting no more. He was like, yo, that dude is out. Why he even tried to make that? What was he thinking about?
I mean, it looked like a good hit though. You know,
It was a good hit. It wasn't. I can't say nothing to the batter. He did his job.
Yeah.
What was you doing? I'm just gunning around the bases when I go. He was, he was chilling.
Games in a row and right. To right field, the fly ball. No, and their bullpen is 2. High fly ball, deep left field. Simpson.
This must have been the day of the Yankees.
Oh, see ya. The ninth
Was that the 9 and 10 home run game, Nate?
that they have ever hit in a game in team history.
Wow.
That's what you call teeing the F off.
I mean, wow.
That was teeing off, bruh. Golly.
I ain't got nothing
Who was
to
they
say.
playing? Who was they playing, Nate? Who was that? St.
They was
Louis?
playing Tampa Bay.
Oh, that was Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they were living up to their nickname on that one, the Bronx Bombers.
That was over there at their stadium down there in Tampa, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was down. Yeah, George Steinbrenner Field, the Yankees spring training camp, because you know Tampa Bay's is still under construction from
the hurricane.
Yeah, so they won't be able to be back in their stadium until next year. A lot of those home runs, honestly, some of those would have been doubles in Tropicana Field. Doubles,
right. Well, they got like a good 55 feet, 50, 65 feet on it.
Mm-hmm. Even more than that, probably. But a lot of those wouldn't have been home runs.
I don't care what you say, Nate. I think there would have been home runs by the sound of them mugs coming off that bat. Whack, 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 whack. They was whacking the shit out of them balls.
2 strikes. Urias is down. His hardest pitch of the inning wasn't the show.
Okay. 200, whatchamacallit?
Yeah, first pitcher to reach 200 strikeouts this season. Tariq School of the Detroit Tigers, who's just been going along doing his business. The Tigers are starting to get back on track again.
We got our number one supporter, yo. What's good, y'all? F baseball though. Power to the people.
Right, we always appreciate him.
How I sit in the back with Leo and put in all the fab comments like that? How do I do that?
What happened?
How can I sit back there like Leo and just sit back there and put some fab comments like he puts?
First, you wasn't supposed to make it hot and say it was Leo. First of all. Second.
Oh, hey, hold up, bro. Don't nobody tell me the game plan around here. I'm just a guest on this show. I just show up when I show up. I'm just saying.
I mean, we appreciate you, but right now, see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad that you mentioned how to leave a comment or how to be a part of the show. If you want, you can always go over to the YouTube channel and please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you want to be like our good brother Leo, you can definitely leave a comment. Let us know what's going on, what you're feeling, what you think about our topics. If you like baseball, if you don't like baseball. Obviously, we know how our good brother feels about baseball. he doesn't like it. So,
Yeah.
if you ever,
how did I become a plug? That's wild. That's wild. I became a plug. That's cool shit. Okay. Word. Okay.
I mean, I gotta let it do what it do. In other words, like you said, look, you want to really know? I said it the long version. Our brother said it the short way.
You just mad because basketball ain't started yet. You still got to wait about 2 more months.
You hear what he said, right?
Nino ain't really a football fan. Yeah, huh? Batman ain't really a football fan either.
Nah. YouTube, Negro, YouTube. you know, superhero ain't got no heart, yo.
I don't want to show my. I don't want to show my face. I don't want to show my face. I'm not ready yet.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Yelich. And Yelich sends it high and deep to right. This one is way back there off the scoreboard. Christian Yelich with a tape measure shot down the right field line. I mean, I think the lefties are starting to figure out that we're going to see way more breaking balls than we're going to see fastballs.
That was real right there.
Yeah, Christian Yelich is definitely. I would say he's definitely he's one of the top candidates for comeback player of the year this year.
I was about to say, is that the same Yelich that almost quit the last couple of years?
Yeah, and he had a lot. Yeah, he suffered from a lot of injuries too. You know, he started his career out with the Marlins, and then he ended up. He's been with the Brewers ever since. But I gotta say, I think the season he's having this year has been phenomenal. He's definitely one of the comeback players of the year this year.
Yo, Nate, you see that comment right there?
Hey, I ain't got no stake in that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a
Yo,
football fan?
hey, man, this is not the. Yeah, that's right. We can't talk. You know what? I'm my bad. I'm gonna hold my tongue. Go ahead, Nate. Go with the next comment.
I'm going to tag you. Yep. I'm going to back up.
You're not going to get me. You miss me. And your mama.
I'll tag you again. Maybe a third.
What was he thinking with that? That wasn't even creative.
Yeah, he was out the base path, so you know.
But to see a white guy curl like that and spin down and get under like that, yo, that was kind of. No, you're right, Jay. What is he thinking?
What was he thinking? What was he thinking?
What was he thinking?
That's idiotic right there.
Broken bat, little pop off. Look out! Oh, man.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, he hurt.
Apparently, smile on his face to 5. First career save for broken bat, little pop off. Look out! Oh, man.
God.
Listen. You know he knocked the wind out.
He actually ended up playing pitching the next day as well.
So he wasn't really hurt. He was just in a bad position. He's okay.
Oh no, he just got the wind knocked out of him. He be all right.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he young.
He was good. I think he just laid there. Well, I think he just laid there because it was the game ending catch.
Oh, okay.
I bet he won't do it again though. Yo, I bet you he's seen his life
to
right
left
before his eyes.
And out of here. And that's how this game gets started. Ramos, high drive to right, out of here. And listen to this crowd.
Oof. 110 off the bat. Rocket in the right center. Giants brought the good wood so far down here to San Diego.
Giants brought the good wood. Pause. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I knew it was gonna be. Show his head.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
That was a good one, Jay.
That's crazy. That's wild. Yeah. I know he don't live by our rules, but if we're gonna say it on our platform, I gotta tell you.
That was crazy. Jay, that was genuine, bro. That was genuine.
That was diabolical.
that was crazy.
And a high fly ball to deep right center field. He did it again. Off the facing of the second deck. Second home run of the night for Bryce. 21 on the year. It's 11-4 Phils. That one went 448. Tell you what, he's got something cooking with his swing right now.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Where did Bryce Harper play first?
Who?
Bryce Harper. Wasn't that Bryce Harper?
Yeah.
Where did he play first before he played for the Phillies?
Nationals.
But he wasn't as good though.
Oh no, the Nationals, he was like that. They just couldn't ever get to that next step. And the year after he leaves,
I'm about to say,
the Nationals
I'm still trying to remember why they gave, but that's the Nationals though. Yeah.
But they won a championship the year after that. So,
It was supposed to be him and Strasburg that made the Nationals before Max got there, and that's when they won the damn World Series. They had traded him the year. Yeah, okay, I got it. Okay.
But Strasburg got one too, but Harper left. So I know he was feeling kind of sour the following year, but he says he's not. But I know it had to hurt because he was with that team through all them playoff struggles,
And then they went down there and did that magic. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. It's good to see him balling, though. They love him in Philly.
That's a dart to right field. He's trying to hook it with English, and it is foul. Play for this side. This to right field. Wenzel trying it again toward the corner. It goes, and this ball is just foul by a couple of seats.
Just
trying right field again. Smith is back. This is very fair and very gone. Twice in the row, once in the fairway. Tigers lead.
That's crazy.
He tried him 3 times with the same thing.
Yeah, you better test him for steroids, yo.
Test who? You better go test that boy for some psychotics.
Yo, Chef, what up? Yo, hold up. You got a new mustache, son? Son, get back to the 70s.
What's happening, Joy?
Not sure.
You know we dumb over here. You tie your shoe a different way, we gonna laugh at you. Now, what's good with you, though, family?
Sure, I'm working.
Hey, see, y'all, this is what we mean. We don't be lying when we say our homie is the chef, yo. He really is a chef, yo.
He in the kitchen.
You know what I'm saying? Cooking that creme brulee, nigga. You see, you know. You know what I'm saying? He got that.
We live out the pit, baby.
The waitress said she asking for food right now. I'm on the podcast, see?
That's what I'm talking
You better like the YouTube, man.
That's cool.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stop playing, shorty. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like anything goes down over here on the Man Cave, as y'all can see, y'all. We be at work, we be in the crib, we be in the you know what I'm saying, everywhere. Yo, this nigga better chill before the Matrix reports you to the manager.
Ice is coming.
Oh, my bad, y'all. Disclaimer. The words and views expressed on the podcast are solely of the people, by the people, said and spoken from. They do not represent anybody else but themselves, yo. Yeah, but moving right along, we see the chef over there cooking something up. Like I say, he got the creme brulee. Yo, it definitely is, man. It's dangerous on these internet streets, yo. You ain't never lie, son. You ain't never lie, son. But yeah, let me get the next video. Oh, we got Bryce again.
That was the first one. That was the first one he hit in the same game.
How high, fly ball to deep right center field, way out of here, into the second deck. It's the 20th home run of the year for Bryce Harper, and the Phillies lead it 7-0.
Them Philly fans be going nuts for Bryce Harper, boy. They love that fool. They love that fool, man.
Well, you know, Philly is a vocal fan base, period, no matter what sport it is.
But they love them.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't seen them cheer for nobody like that since Mike Schmidt. I swear to God, they are all over that boy's G-string, man. That's crazy.
Hey, yo, what you talking about, bro? They all over his G-string pause, huh?
It's a go ahead, man.
Oh, now, we're not just gonna go ahead. We ain't gonna let you get away with that, bro. That's a violation. I don't know.
Oh, you gotta remember, Unc is in the city and
the
that he used to play for, so they ain't got no love for Bryce Harper.
I don't nobody like him out here, bro. They don't like him at all.
What you mean? You part of they, Unc?
I don't cheer for the Nationals though.
And Pete hits one on the ground. Pass Suarez down the line, and that'll get Nimmo home. Alonso on his way to second. He's got his 100th RBI of the season, and the Mets have a 3-0 lead.
Woo!
That's Pete Alonso reaching another milestone with his 100th RBI for the season. Of course, earlier. Of course, it's going great boy. Earlier in this, a few weeks ago, he passed Darryl Strawberry for most home runs by a Mets player. A couple weeks ago, but hitting 253.
I just love hearing that. I love hearing that.
He's done that. He's hit 253 as a Met alone.
Yeah.
That's kind of fast. He ain't been on the team but for how many years?
George Springer gets hit by a 64-mile-an-hour something, and a couple of former teammates having a giggle.
I don't know, son. I might rush the mound.
Well, like you said, he barely threw it. I mean, because he's actually a position player that was pitching because the Rangers were getting blown out by the Blue Jays. So when teams are getting blown out, say 14-1, 15-2, something like that, instead of wasting an arm, you'll put a position player in there just to throw. You ain't asking him to strike nobody out. Just go out there so you can save them arms in the bullpen.
Yeah,
I'm trying to strike.
By a 64 mile per hour Zoomer pitch.
You put me in there. I'm trying to strike somebody out. You gave me these what? I'm trying to show. I'm in there. Hey, straight. That's all you're gonna hear, son. Straight.
And to answer your question, Pete Alonso's been on the team for 6 years since 2019.
Yo, and Darryl Strawberry was with. How long was Darryl Strawberry with the Mets? He was there for a while.
Yeah, before he went to the Dodgers.
Unfortunately.
Didn't he play for at least 9 years?
I don't know about 9 years because he was with the Yankees by the time '96 rolled around.
Oh, that's true. Damn, man, that dude did a lot of home runs for them.
Gets a stolen base. That is his first career stolen base. And they just put it up on the scoreboard. And it's a standing ovation. It's all clicking for the Blue Jays now.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at Alexander, yeah, his first stolen base. He's been with the Blue Jays for a couple years now, but if you see how his stature is built, he don't have the fastest speed. He's not slow, but he ain't got Ellie De La Cruz speed. So and just a fun fact actually, as far as catches are concerned, the most ever that was the most stolen bases ever by a catcher was a catcher by the name of Roger Bresnahan with 212 stolen bases. Yeah, career. And excuse me. And he played from 1897, starting off with the Washington Senators, and finished his career out in 1915 with the Chicago Cubs.
You said 1897.
Yeah. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame as the Old Timers Committee in 1945, and he won the World Series with the Baltimore Orioles in not the Orioles, the New York Giants in 1905.
When was the first stat recorded in baseball? Like, I mean, baseball seemed like it's just like a mythical urban legend with certain stats. Like, come on, bro. Like, who hit the first home run? Was it in 1732?
Stop it. You gonna make Nate drop some. He gonna start dropping some real knowledge. You ain't ready for this. You ain't ready. Well, this gonna be some Return of the Jedi shit right here. You done
he just said 1897, bro. Come on.
It's a game that's been around for 150 years, man.
Well, the first recorded baseball statistic goes back to 1837 from Philadelphia, when they were called the Olympic Ball Club of Philadelphia, and they mandated that there'd be a scorebook that's kept to record the runs and outs. But then the first printed score box that you would see like in the New York Morning News was back in 1845, but it only included runs and outs. By the time they developed it more, you want to put it around maybe 1858. That's when they started doing box scores and all that other stuff. So it kept developing over the years, and new stats kept coming along each year.
You got to figure out, if you know how to keep a damn book for a damn baseball game, you're damn near a freelance engineer.
I've done it. I mean, I had to do it when I coached my little league team when I was 17. The young guys around my way, some of my homies, little brothers and whatever. I had girls on the team too. I had to keep track of the scorebook, and I had to learn. And unfortunately, I learned that lesson the tough way. Quick story time. They took our win from us, the first win of the season from us. I was trying to get the team in shape. We're trying to figure out who's what, because the person who originally put the team together just wanted everybody to play, but wasn't really practicing with them. So I took that on, not to gloat or nothing. Just I remember somebody took the time out to coach me in the same league 10 years earlier, so that I could do something with myself in the summertime to just be hanging out around the neighborhood. And we had won the game, but then I was mad at the other coach. I felt like he was being petty. He wanted to try to record all the outs and capture the outs. So I didn't have nothing to say. I'm like, I don't know. Where's your book at? I'm like, what book? I ain't got no book. And they unfortunately took the game from us and gave it to the other team.
That's crazy.
So I went to Modell's immediately the next day and bought like two scorecard books. Was studying and doing like practice runs with it to make sure I keep the score. And to the point I became annoying after every inning, every half inning. So you got this many outs, right? You got this many outs, right? Because then I made sure they never took another win from us again, and then we went on a little 5-game winning streak.
All right, they lit the fire, son. This is why we call you Nate the Great, son. When it comes to this baseball thing, man, you letting me know ever since a youth kid, you was with it like that, yo.
It was a learning experience, though,
We tracked that one. That's it. Deep to right. Forget about it. Into the second deck.
Oh, I know pitchers be mad as hell. It ain't bad enough that you can hear it come off the bat, but they be looking nasty.
Harper smokes one to deep center field. Hassel is back to the fence. He jumps and it's gone. A home run for Bryce Harper, who goes back-to-back with Kyle Schwarber.
Wow.
What made that even worse is that was two more. That was again Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber is another former Nat as well. You know, so two former Nats going back to back, hitting home runs. You know, with and you look at it now, a team like the National, like man, if we'd have kept at least one or two of these guys that I left between Schwarber, Harper, Soto, Max Scherzer, or any of these guys, they look like we wouldn't be at the bottom of the division. You know.
And it's all within the last 5 years, too. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's also remember
Within the
Nelson
last
Cruz.
5 years, yo. Fucking nuts.
Hey, Jay, before you play this video real quick, to answer your question, Strawberry played from 83 to 1990 with the Mets.
So that's 7 years. And this dude did it in 6?
Just about,
No,
yeah.
he said, damn. The ball is juiced.
And he hits it in the air to deep right field. Back goes Canzone to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Francisco Lindor with his second home run of the night. Flips the Mets in front.
It's going to happen. That was beautiful.
That's Francisco Lindor, of course, one of the Mets star players. At shortstop, doing what he's been doing, just putting up numbers every season, every game, just continuing to put up numbers. He also has a documentary coming out on ESPN, and you know that, Jay, in case you might want to tune into it. I think it's supposed to, if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to come on. It's supposed to show August 30th.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to tap in and check it out.
So when we get closer to the date and I find the exact date again, I'll send it to you on the side in the group chat.
I appreciate that.
Payoff, Peterson, high and deep to right field. Nathan Lucas going back in front of the track. He makes the catch, leaping up against the wall to take an extra base hit away from Jock Peterson. What a catch.
Yeah, he saved it. That was definitely an amazing catch right there. Y'all got quiet for a moment? Why y'all so quiet?
I'm looking at you. How comfortable you are over there? Like you still with us?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Fell back into the middle of the couch like, ah.
Right, exactly right.
Well, I can't be relaxed.
That's a good head start. Cal Raleigh to left field. No doubter. Second deck, and there it goes. 46. Only one catcher has hit more home runs in a season than Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, whatever.
That cat just be muscling shit out the park.
Whatever. It was all right.
He be muscling shit out. Hey, you got to give that man credit, yo. It's been a while since I've seen a slugging catcher. Since Mike Piazza, I think, is probably the craziest one. But, dog, this man is beating balls up, man. Pause, but pause.
I knew
he beat the shit out of him, bro.
Thank you.
How many he got? 40? How many? 42? 43?
No, he's got 47.
God.
That's amazing that the ball could be hit that hard. He got glove on it, takes it off his hand, but he was smart enough to just flip it to second base. Comfortable with.
Oh my goodness! It knocked Cantillo's glove off, and he shovels it to second to get the force.
That's crazy.
Gavin Williams
he hit that ball hard enough for it to pop out and him to save the damn play. That's crazy.
Williams, that's amazing that the ball could be hit that hard, and you see he got glove on it, takes it off his hand, but he was smart enough to just flip it to second.
Yeah, he lucky that ball ain't bust him in his chest, yo. Pause. Like,
that was a whack. Man, yo, he hit the shit out of that one.
Dang. I don't know. I'm about to say Nate just turned purple.
Turn to Thanos.
I'm about to say, dang, what happened? Shoot, that's wild right there. But nah, Nate, that was a wonderful recap of last week's games and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Keeping us well informed of what's going on with the highlights and what's happening. Thank you for showing love to the Mets. You know what I'm saying? That was a good look right there. 2 highlights with the Mets. You know, shout out to the Yankees. They did their thing. You know, 9 home runs, but it looked like they was in a little league stadium though. What happened?
Moving on to the news.
I'm just saying, wasn't it? Didn't it look like it was Did you say they was in a little league stadium?
No, not Little League. It's spring training.
Oh, got you.
You know, we appreciate the Mets. You know, with the highlights. You know, even though they lost 16 of their last 21 games, but you know, they got some tough series coming up this weekend. You know, they got division rivals Atlanta. Then they got Philly next week. So you know,
so Zach Willis placed on the IL list. What happened? What happened to Zach, bro?
So Zach Wheeler, unfortunately, you know, to change the mood a little bit, they found a blood clot,
oh man,
which actually has taken him out, but he did have successful surgery recently. So we don't know how long it's in the upper extremity. So it was to remove a thrombosis procedure, remove a blood clot that was in his upper right extremity on Monday morning, up at Thomas Jefferson Hospital in Philadelphia.
I hope they get to it. Man.
Right now, he's placed on a 15-day due to the blood clot, but of course they're going to monitor, of course, because his health comes first and his life comes first before the game. You know, so there's really no determination as far as the timeline, but they're just going to use the 15 days for right now to see how progress is after that. So you know,
let me ask you a question, Nate. Was that his right? Was that his throwing shoulder?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it is. Because Zach Wheeler is right-handed. And it's, I mean, so you know, we wish Zach Wheeler healthy and speedy recovery. You know, so he could get back to being a father, being a husband to his family, being a brother and friend. First and foremost, on the baseball side of it, of course, he is one of Philly's top pitchers, and it's a big blow for Philly. But they do have some pitchers out there who have been stepping up for the Phillies, so I think they still have enough to be all right. Wheeler's numbers this year, right now, he was 10-5, record 10 wins and 5 losses with a 2.71 ERA. He had pitched 149 in the 2/3 inning with 195 strikeouts.
Man, he was a horse for him.
Okay, he worked.
And Wheeler's been with the Phillies since 2020 after first spending his first couple years with the Mets from 2013 to 2019.
Man, brothers be going through the ringer in damn baseball, bruh. They be in there for 10s and 15s of years before they get their first crack at it. That's nuts.
Yeah, man. But like you said, man, we wish him a speedy recovery, yo.
Yeah, I know what them deep vein thrombosis are, bro. That ain't a good thing.
Next up, we got Kyle Stowers, who's going to be placed on the IR with a grade A left side strain. So right now he's going to be out. He's on the IL right now for several weeks. With Miami not being in playoff contention, it's possible that he may be out for the rest of the season, because once he's cleared to play, you gotta look at it is it worth even having him out there play? Even though he's one of the younger players, he's probably, I think he's under 25 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Do you really want to risk it for him to get hurt, possibly get hurt again for a few games, and when you're at the bottom of your division and you're not going anywhere and you've been out of the playoff race?
Wow.
I mean, was it an oblique or was it a lat?
His injury is considered oblique.
Okay, so that's the lower hip. That's the lower waist and hip. So, what he do? What he strength is throwing it or swinging, or what? Did they say what he got it from?
It was during one of his at bats.
Oh, he must have do one of them deep strides into it and stretched it out.
So I mean, he may come back and at least you might have him go down to the minors for rehab and at least hit in the minors just to keep his momentum going. But I don't know how much you
Yeah, I
really
don't know
want to have.
about playing them again, especially if they're not even in contention.
Right? Yeah, they've been out of the playoff race. So I mean, they've been playing better with the team that they got. So I say you just go with the young studs that you got on the team and let them play for the rest of the season.
He's not somebody that they're thinking about getting rid of. I understand that this is the Marlins, and they usually be doing some,
Yeah,
you know,
usually
some trading of the best players at the worst times to be trading them and shit.
Well, yeah, they're known to wholesale their team. Once the player's up for a contract and they balled out, it's time to let them go wholesale. You see what they did after both World Series, after '97 and 2003.
Shit, if y'all think about it, isn't that where Giancarlo Stanton was playing? And look at
Yeah,
where he's at now.
yeah. Well, there's always been some controversy about that trade because of who traded him.
Wow, who traded him?
Derek Jeter was the GM at the time for the Marlins and traded him to the Yankees. But when you look at it at the time, there wasn't too many other teams that could afford that contract.
And they definitely couldn't afford to keep him at that time.
They didn't want
Jeter
to
knew
keep
what he
him.
was doing.
Yeah.
But see, the thing about it is what they don't give Jeter credit for. I'm not just sticking up for him because he's a former Yankee, but the draft picks that they got back and some of the prospect players they got back, like a few years later, like I say, within the 5 years, the Marlins were in the playoffs. But then once the Marlins made the playoffs, they went right back down after that. Players was moved.
That was my
You know,
All right. We got the
Oh,
Red Sox. Okay, Nate.
yeah. So we got Nathaniel Lowe, who was just with the Washington Nationals. The Nationals designated him, and so he was no longer a National. He just cleared waivers, and now he's signed to the Boston Red Sox for the remainder of the season as a first baseman. That actually, everything worked out for Boston in that favor because they now got a veteran. They got a veteran first baseman who fills that position for them because of course they had the controversy earlier in the season where they wanted Rafael Devers to move to first base with the acquisition of Alex Bregman. Devers didn't want to play first base, so this works out for the Red Sox as they feel that need that they have. Plus, you get a veteran bat that can produce for you and who is playoff tested and was on that 2023 excuse me, was on that 2023 Texas Rangers World Championship team. So I think that's actually
is Boston right now a wild card contender?
Yeah. Them and Red Sox and the Yankees have the top 2 spots in the American League East.
Okay, so this is gonna probably be for the run now. Now they're trying to just shore up their lineup to have somebody if they do make it because they're gonna have that. It's a one and done at that level right there. So they just need to see if they can make this run to get into it.
And I actually when I heard that he was getting designated, the Red Sox was the first team I thought about him going to. So and it just so happens that he ended up there. So
there's a part of the show that wants me to do this because it's always what I'm gonna say, especially when we start talking about the Red Sox, but anything that's Boston. So it's your show, Nate. I'm gonna be nice about this today.
Of course, Yordan Alvarez.
Man, fuck Boston. Fuck Boston. Fuck Boston.
Damn, huh? Tell us why you mad, bro.
Go ahead. I'll let Unc vent real quick.
I'm done now. I already did it. Fuck Boston.
But we talking about the Astros now. So
you can't talk about the Astros. They just cheat.
So Yordan Alvarez is cleared to be able to begin his rehab down in the minor leagues for assignment. Alvarez has been out since May of this year. He had a setback while rehabbing in the minors back for the Corpus Christi Hooks back in August 19th. But he's been showing some positive signs, so they're talking about he should be coming back, and that's actually good for the Astros, who have still been holding on to that division with the amount of injuries, as I stated on the show last week, the last 2 weeks. So they have 18 plus players that are on the IL. Lance McCullers just returned tonight for the Astros. So that's a big pickup for them. So I know they're going to monitor how many innings he pitches for starting off. So we look forward to seeing Yordan Alvarez, who is one of the better one of their top players, getting back to the lineup soon as they try to make this last playoff push.
All right. Hopefully he'll you know what I'm saying? He'll do his thing, come back, be all right.
And next up, Marcelo Mayer is going to undergo season-ending wrist surgery for the Boston Red Sox, so he will be out for the rest of the season. So we'll look for to see. He's one of the young studs who's a shortstop, and so we'll look to see him return next year. To see how he returns next year. As this young Boston team continues to put it together. So we wish him well in his surgery and his recovery, because he suffered a right wrist sprain back in July, and even though he had an injection, the injury didn't improve that well. So now it's time to go for the surgery. And Boston has filled that spot. I mean, not saying they replaced them, but they do got some players that fill into that shortstop position. So even though you're losing that bat, they're still going to be able to play. They still have the offense, and they still have a team where they can go out and be competitive. So we'll look and just keep up with his recovery as the season going into next season, I should say.
All right. Well, hopefully he'll be good. You know what I'm saying? That wrist surgery, he'll get that nice little long recovery, get back to swinging the bat. But like Unc said, F baseball, F Boston. But you know what I'm saying? It's just Boston, not the team, not the player.
Oh, and this one actually has extra news. Samuel Basello of the Baltimore Orioles was getting called up. He's one of the Orioles' top prospects, top catchers as well. And actually, as of today, it was signed to an 8-year, $67 million contract by the Baltimore Orioles. He's out of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, at 21 years old. He was batting 333 with 4 runs batted in. He played out there for the Norfolk Tides, which is the Orioles minor league, AAA minor league team. And he it seems like it's a trend that's going on now lately, because Roman Anthony, who's another player who's played under 100 games, 100 days or whatever in the league, also got a contract for about $60 to $80 million with the Red Sox. So, now we just wonder if he's going to most likely he's going to be backing up Adley Rutschman for the Orioles, switching time with him. I don't think Oriole fans need to worry about Adley Rutschman being moved out yet, because he's still a very popular player and productive player. Now, the thing about with Basallo is that helps him is he does play first base as well, so he can also share time with Ryan Mountcastle at first base also as well. So we'll see how the Orioles do this, because the Orioles are looking to bounce back after having a dismal season this year. They have been playing better over the last couple of weeks, though.
I don't know. What you think, Nate? Think they gonna get rid of him?
You guys ask me, or you want to ask Unc? Because I just get an explanation.
I mean, Unc, what you think?
You asking me? I don't care about that.
My bad, player. My bad. I didn't mean to disrespect you.
I don't know that much about him to be starting that. My question was is he going to be good enough to be an offensive threat, or are they really just bringing him up as a defensive stalwart for a catcher and for first base? That's my question on. And why would they keep him for that's a lot of money for somebody you ain't seen yet. So I'm pretty sure he's probably got a real nice glove out on the field. And hopefully with that, you say he had a 333 batting average now, right, Nate?
Yeah, that's what they're seeing. And that's a lot of the batting that they've seen down in Norfolk, because the Norfolk
Triple-A, to bat 333 in AAA is not bad either. That's pretty good actually. So I don't know about bringing him up good, but obviously he must be showing a lot of potential. So let's be truthful about it. Hopefully he does well. I don't know much about him to say anything, but I'm figuring with the stats like that and the way they play analytics now to bring people up to help out the squads, this might be a good move for them, especially if he starts producing at the end of the year and shows a little bit of productivity for him. It look like a prospect to have up there next next spring training.
Yeah, that'll be because then if during spring training doesn't necessarily pan out as well, you
Right,
send
he
them back,
right there
you send them
already.
back down to the minors,
Yeah,
but you
they
don't really
got him
send
down
nobody.
there for like another couple of months before they have to ship him. And again, I think with a 333 average, like within this being his first year, that's a good sign of a guy got a good eye for the eye back coordination, and keeping the ball in play a lot for them to keep on going. Of
But you don't
course,
get to
you can't say nothing because you said, does he have 40 or 4 RBIs?
4 RBIs.
So okay, so obviously he don't have no power yet. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's let's get him out there with some BP and get him to start swinging at pitches because he doesn't know where he's going with it too. There got to be some potential in him. I just don't see people getting $60 million contracts for nothing.
Well, I'm sorry to correct that because that was the MLB stat since he's been in the league. My bad.
60 million.
Batting average is 270 when he was in Norfolk with 23 homers and 67 RBIs and
Oh
76
shit! So
appearances.
he does that. Okay, so he does have power.
Yeah. So my apologies. My apologies, Baltimore. They're like, see, there go the Yankee fans always talking slide on us.
No, I'm a Yankee fan. I was just figuring. I mean, like I said, it's just $60 million for a first year guy. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money, and he got to be showing. So I mean, 333. Okay, that's hitting the ball pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's a great average to have. As a matter of fact, in baseball, I know it ain't 400, but 333 is solid. So that's good.
And as Jay slid past the slide, but I'm gonna still talk about it anyway. Craig Kimbrell of was signed to the Houston Astros. Kimbrell, of course, is a 9-time All-Star, 16 years in the league, won the world, was
My
part
bad.
of that World Series championship team with the Boston Red Sox in 2018 when they beat the Los Angeles Dodgers. He was also Rookie of the Year. He started his career out with the Atlanta Braves. He spent his first 5 years with the Braves before moving on to the Padres. Then, as I said, the Red Sox, the Cubs, then the White Sox, Dodgers, Phillies, Baltimore. He was in Baltimore this year and last year. And he's been on the decline a little bit, but he's still serviceable for a playoff team. Of course, he's been famous, as you see in the picture, for his stance when he pitches, because he has his lean over type stance where his arm sticks way out, where he starts off before he actually pitches.
I want to know why all these dudes with these bird style pitching frames. I mean, he must have been effective he said he's been in the league for almost 16 years, right?
Right. In the first four, in 4 of his first 5 years, he had 40 plus saves every year. With 2013, he had 50 saves in 2015
With who?
with the Atlanta Braves.
See, I'm glad I ain't in the NL. And I'd have been mad if I'd have saw a bird, the crane man right here, throwing pitches at me.
And he does pitch sidearm, which when I first was
That's
young,
even worse.
when I was young, the person I used to imitate sidearm pitching. The first pitcher I ever imitated that from was Jeff Ennis, who used to pitch for the New York Mets.
I
And I
thought
used to imitate him.
you're not old enough to know Kent Ticovey from the Pittsburgh Pirates, are you?
I've heard the name, but Jeff
Yo,
Ennis was the first
bro,
person that I
that
seen do it.
cat had he was the first sidearm beside him and Goose Gossage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Goose
Lewis
bro.
Gossip.
Gossage.
You said Lewis Gossip Jr.
I already knew that joke was
I
coming.
said Goose Gossage. No Lou came out of my mouth. That was Goose.
Goose Gosh.
Goose Gossage.
That's a weird name.
His first name is really Rich.
Thank you.
What you
And
say?
he had a
You ain't.
mustache, Jay. He had a mustache came all the way down. That motherfucker had a white man's Fu Manchu.
You forgot people get nicknames,
Well, we ain't. Don't call him Goose Gosh over here, bro.
Shit, he wasn't that anything. He was funky. You had to see Mark the Bird Fidrich.
Now I'm good.
Mhm. And also, before I see what Jay has posted up. Also, I'm just going to mention that. Um. Oh. Matter of fact, no. I'm gonna talk about it afterward. After this, and then I'll talk about it afterwards. So this has just been conversation talked about possibly a realignment of the major leagues. Because they have been talked about adding 2 more teams to the league. So they were talking about bringing a team to Portland, Oregon, and a team to Charlotte, North Carolina. So with that alignment, if they do an alignment, this is actually how it would be. It's for those you can't see, I'm going to read it off for you. For the American League, you're going to hear some changes. So it's going to be some teams moving from the National League to the American League, or moving from. So now it's going to be 4 divisions instead of 3. So first in the American League, it would be the Northeast Division, which would consist of the New York Yankees, the New York Mets, the Boston Red Sox, and the Philadelphia Phillies.
Damn, the Nationals should be in
Now,
there.
hold up. Now, Nate, can I stop you right there for a second before you continue on?
Go ahead.
I don't agree with this, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not even being funny, because I'm a Mets fan, and I know the Mets and the Yankees. We go back and forth. I want the Yankees on the other side, because I'm be real with you. It gives us the opportunity to have that Subway Series, World Series. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I love, and I hold dear in my heart, to where even though I'm gonna want the Mets to win, as long as New York win, like New York is winning, New York won. I think that's dope.
I agree with you, Jay. I do believe that you got to keep those teams in
Separate
divisions.
Yeah,
that because of just the opportunity of that. Who's in Pennsylvania? Philly.
Pittsburgh and Philly, but they're in 2 different divisions.
They're in 2 different.
They're still in the National League, though. They're both still in the National League.
That's whack. But I mean, that's just my thought. I'm not going to interrupt anymore.
I know, Jay, and I know, Jay. You want your lick back from 2000. I get it. I understand. I'm gonna elaborate. I'm gonna elaborate more on what Jay said. No, I am gonna elaborate on what Jay said, and Uncle, which I'm gonna elaborate on what y'all said about, because I do agree with that too. I think about it having a team in different conferences, but I'm gonna continue on so I don't drag this out too long. The Mid-Atlantic Division of the American League will be now consist of the Baltimore Orioles, the Washington Nationals, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Cleveland Guardians.
Okay, what the fuck are they missing there? It just sounds like they're missing something. It just always sounds like one thing is missing when they do it. That's close, and I don't think that's a bad mix either. But it sounds like it's missing something. So keep going, Nate.
The Great Lakes Division of the American League would be the Minnesota Twins, the Detroit Tigers, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Toronto Blue Jays. This comes almost as close to being accurate.
Yeah, that's about as good. Yeah, that's a good one right there. I like that.
Because I was also thinking about Cleveland being in this division too. Because Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota.
The fact that you got the Blue Jays in there, because they do represent as close to the Great Lakes as you can get. That's not a bad pull. That's not a bad pull.
Because if you look at where Toronto's located at, they can fit in that same area.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Then this one actually makes sense too. The Southeast Division would be the Atlanta Braves, the Miami Marlins, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the new Charlotte team that will come along.
They're about as south as you can get from Charlotte, so that does make sense.
Then now moving to the National League, it would be the Midwest region, the Chicago Cubs and the White Sox, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Cincinnati Reds. The Central Division of the National League will be the Colorado Rockies, the Kansas City Royals, the Texas Rangers, and the Houston Astros. I think that is all over the place.
That's bombing. That might be the best of them all right there.
The Southwest Division would be the Los Angeles Dodgers, the San Diego Padres, the Los Angeles Angels, and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Yeah.
And
so
then
only one. So that's only one AL team out of that group.
No, it's only one. Yeah, it's only one AL team, which is the Angels. But then they would
The
now be in.
Angels, right.
But now all of them would be in the National League.
Oh,
And then
right. Understood.
And then rounding it out, the National League Northwest would be the Seattle Mariners, the A's, the San Francisco Giants, and the new Portland team in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
Now, matter of fact, if y'all got anything else to add to it, I want y'all to add that first.
It's hard to add when you think about them. It's easier when you hear them. But
well, see what I think is, if you don't got anything else to add to it, it sounds good because now it sounds good on one end for that. What I think they're thinking is because now you get the Mets and the Yankees for 13 times in a season, but you kind of take away some of that aura of just the 6-game series, 3 games in the Bronx, 3 games in Queens. Plus, like Jay was saying, and I agree with him. A World Series between 2 states. Yes, everybody else might be mad about it, but you look at the 2002 World Series. Giants versus the A's, or you go back to 89 or whatever, Oakland versus San Francisco, battle of the Bay Area. Yeah, the rest of America might not have cared too much, but there was live out there in the Bay Area during that time, just like New York was in 2000.
Your team wasn't that good. That's why it was the 2 teams from the Bay up there. That's what you got. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad that they played for that, right? I don't mind the setups. I really don't. But hey, let's don't be mad. That was an AL team and that was an NL team. They both came out of the West. Yo, say whatever you want. That's just how the fucking cookie crumbles.
But I'm also be honest too. I don't know if it ever happened in my lifetime, but I know what it would mean for that the area where you at now, where I used to stay at too as well, to see if the Orioles and the Nationals played in the World Series. We would first have to have the National Guard out there.
Now look, it's not so bad to think about because I just think the organizations just haven't shored up because I think it's been possible over the last couple of years, considering that the Nationals have already won one within the last 6.
Right, and the Orioles haven't won since '83.
Okay, but the Orioles, I always feel like they're either one player or one good call away from being right up in the damn mix anyway. They seem to be go on real good runs, and then the next thing you know, one bad play equals one bad series, and the next thing you know, they done lost 24 straight. Nobody knows how that happens, but that's Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So
and then you also have to mix the internal beef that they have going on. You remember, Baltimore didn't want a Washington team to come to DC because they thought that they were going to take their fans away. When for me, I'm just like, yeah, you might got people in DC that like baseball, but most of them ain't driving to Baltimore to go see the Orioles like that.
what? Hey, truth be told, Camden Yards is a bad place to visit, boy. That's a nice stadium.
It is. It really is.
Who really wants that? And it's what? It's 53 miles from here.
And it's right next door to the Ravens Stadium as well.
Yeah.
Now,
it's a nice spot, yo. I wouldn't doubt it, but again, I don't know how. That's a long way to go.
And then the fact is you had the issue that they just getting out of because the Mason Network, and for those who know that's one of the local networks in the Maryland area.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the Mason Network, the Orioles and the Nationals share broadcasting, but the Nationals have not been paid the appropriate amount of revenue that they should be getting from it. So there's always been a back and forth with the Orioles as they've been saying that the Baltimore organization wasn't paying the Nationals as much as they should have been paying them. So now the Nationals are looking for a new provider. I don't know if I think 9 out of 10 they probably just go to Comcast, and be like just like the Capitals were, unless they go with Bally Sports or something like that. And then again, not to sound redundant, I can't see a division without the Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants in the same division. They've been going at it since they were here in New York. Since they were in New York, they were going at it, and then they both moved. to the West Coast at the same time. And I think, like Jay was saying too, it's good to have. I think it's good to have a team from the same state in different sides. Remember, we had Kansas City versus St. Louis in the '85 World Series.
That was a bomb ass World Series for teams that I don't even like. That was a
And
bomb ass. That's a good ass World Series.
and even though they have more championships, St. Louis fans are still bitter about that play at first base in the eighth inning. You know, where actually he was out at first base. St. Louis should have won that World Series, but Kansas City took that momentum and went on to win the 1985 World Series. So I think it's good to have that chance where you might see two teams from the same state play, like if Philly and Pittsburgh ever play one day, or Cleveland and Cincinnati, the battle of the Chicago teams. You know, I really would like. I think they should put another team in Montreal again. Canadians support their teams,
Yes, sir.
so that's so you know that's my little take on it, my little rant about it. You know, but I mean, I'm not really that mad about this change because baseball is going to also want to try to continue to stay exciting and change it up because the way we've had it so far now has been going on for so long. Just like when the wild card came along, some people were iffy about it at first, but then it grew on you. And now they went from one wild card team to two wild card teams, and now have been three. That third team has to play a play in to get into the wild card to actually get in for the playoffs. So you know, it's just baseball trying to evolve and trying to get some of that fan base back too as well. And little by little, they're doing it year in year. Even though and I ain't going on a rant like I did before. Even though a lot of places and a lot of stuff don't want to give baseball any credit at all and just want to try to hold that steroid scandal against them. They're making strides. So we'll see what happens in the next few years. But I don't see a problem with a team in Portland or in Charlotte because those are big baseballs. Just like if it was a team in Jersey. Jersey has a lot of baseball teams out there too, and a lot of players come from out of Jersey as well.
I don't
And
have a lot to
California,
say about baseball, but I do got two things that I think would help that out. Actually, like you said, I think that this wouldn't be such a bad a bad division swap. But I think I'm with you. You got to kind of keep the traditional same intrastate teams in either division just to keep that kind of thing juicy. I like that.
right?
But the best thing about what baseball needs, okay, one, extravagant ticket prices. That shit's got to get cut down. It's supposed to be this is the family game. This is the game that you're supposed to take me out to the ball game, blah, blah, blah. But I kind of, you gotta let's be realistic here. Baseball game for a family of four, including parking, is somewhere around $300 to $550 a game for a family of four.
But
And
it also
people
depends
say
on the
I'm
organization.
exaggerating, but that's buying the tickets, that's finding parking. Then once you get the tickets, you having to feed your kids and yourself at the park. It's a $300 setback, easy.
But also, and you're right about that. But I think a lot of that falls more on the big market teams. So you'll spend more of that money in L.A., New York, Boston,
No doubt,
maybe
no doubt.
and Chicago, maybe a place like that. The Angels have always been, from what I've understood, and still is one of the more friendlier places to get tickets. And then you got teams that stay at the bottom of the division. Those are going to be the ones that are going to have the low tickets. The A's, the Marlins.
A's can't even talk. They don't even have a city to play out of yet.
Right, they're still playing this in Sacramento.
Yeah.
But people want to go see the big time teams. But it's just like anywhere else too in other sports. You're gonna pay a grip to get front row tickets to go see the Lakers, especially depending on who
Do
the
that.
Lakers
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Lakers are
yeah, yeah,
playing.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, and another thing that I gotta say about baseball is that honestly, they're gonna have to do something about the umpiring. The umpiring is really, really, really. I like the advent of bringing in the robot that the one that shows
Yeah,
you what it is, and then you can get a quick immediate follow-up, as far as the strikeout zone and somebody said right or wrong. I'd hate to second guess an umpire, but I have to, and I don't know if I know a lot of people don't keep up with it, but Nate, there's a lot of issues going on with umpires and calls, and it's never I've seen it bad. Like I was just watching where this is also the week where we had the perfect game that was taken away from us by Andres Galarraga, the guy that pitched for the Detroit Lions the Detroit
Detroit,
Tigers
yeah,
19 years ago, and the umpire's name was Jim Joyce.
yeah.
And my man he was the pitcher, and he covered the base at first, and the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera, threw him out, and the referee and the umpire called that man safe, and he stopped. I believe at the time it would have been like the 25th perfect game or something like that in Major League history, and it was crazy business, bro. It was crazy business. Only thing that ever came good out of that was the fact that the referee, the umpire at the game, he came back the next day and he apologized profusely that he had made the wrong call. I don't know why you can't change something like that, boy. That's
Yeah,
terrible. So
and then instant replay became a little bit more of a focus then as well too.
yeah, but I would hope that they end up finding a way of making that a better thing, because I'm not just saying bad about him, but like the types like Angel Fernandez.
Oh yeah, Angel Hernandez, yeah.
Hernandez may have been one of the worst umpires in Major League history. You know what I'm saying? And this guy was there forever. You know, always on a crew. I don't understand how they could do that. So better
Man,
that.
Pardon me running off camera, y'all. I had to run and get my food real fast. I'm kind of hungry. I eat when I can, how I can, whenever I can. So
you didn't even have to say that because we had you covered. We had you covered the whole time.
I appreciate y'all,
time.
But you know I'm gonna keep it 100 though. You know I ain't gonna tell no lies, man. It's the virtual man cave, kid. We keep it 100.
You just want to tell people that you're eating.
Nate,
You just want to tell people you got food.
A pat on the back on that one. That was a pretty
Right.
good dialogue, Nate. You know what I'm saying? That was good. We let that one roll there for a good 5 to 10. We had a good thing going.
Oh no,
yeah.
I already know.
You tried to steal this. That's cool, bro. With you and your ramen.
You just want to let people know he got food. That's all.
You and them sloppy noodles. Go ahead, bro. Hit him up.
So also rounding out some of the news, they were talking about, and we're gonna go over to LA real quick. They were talking about Teoscar Hernandez with his outfield struggles, about if they should move Mookie Betts back to the outfield. Defensively, probably the better move, but I think it's okay. Hernandez is not that bad. I think he's better over in left field. So now it's been talks, and I'm not taking credit for it. But if anybody's watched the show, I know we don't got a lot of viewers, but I have talked about this episodes ago about now the Dodgers are considering possibly moving Shohei Ohtani to the bullpen. Because now they've tried to pitch him out to 6 innings and he got destroyed. Like when the game against the Colorado Rockies, they hammered the Dodgers all the way into the 9th inning. They were up 10-1. They were first starting Ohtani out with 1 inning, then 2, then 3. My thing is, it's a waste of a start to have a pitcher do only 3 innings or 2 innings, especially if he goes scoreless, maybe giving up 2 hits. He's supposed to keep going. I personally think, and I could be wrong, and I could definitely be off base because I am not a trainer. I am not Shohei Ohtani or the Dodgers organization. I'm a person with Wi-Fi and an opinion. But with me, if Ohtani's arm can only hold up for 2 or 3 innings, that's relief stats. That's relief numbers right there. So instead of having him to start, I know you paid $700 million for him, but where is he going to be best efficient for your team? And maybe having him in the bullpen, maybe even having him in as a closer sometimes might work in your favor.
That's what I'm saying. Just say it. Go ahead, Nate.
Because
after
if you
the
really
5th inning, bro, 5th inning or beyond, just play him for a few.
Right, and then you got him on a pitch count too if you want to have him starting. So it's kind of defeats the purpose of him starting. And then last year he played. Now most pitchers, when they're out because of an arm injury, they're not still playing. He was still hitting. He was still exerting his arm during that time as a hitter. Yes, he hit well, but he did hurt his arm a little bit in his wrist during the World Series. He wasn't because he only had about, I think if I'm not mistaken, I had the numbers. I think he went like 4 for 15 during during the World Series. He was a non-factor during the
He
World
was
Series.
ineffective. He was ineffective.
And now he's hitting every day now. So then after he pitched the game against the Rockies, they gave him the day off. You have to give him the day off because most pitchers have the day off after they pitch. But since you got him doing, but that's what the Angels were doing, and I think they were upset with Joe Madden because Joe Madden was like, "Hey, he needs to rest the next day." But the Angels wanted him out there because why? He's selling tickets.
He was selling big tickets.
So to take from Barry Bonds, I'm a quote that he said during the podcast. He was saying though, and he gave Ohtani all the kudos in the world. He never hated. He just said Ohtani may have to. He may didn't say he needed to, but he said he may have to at one point decide: do you want to be a pitcher or do you want to be a hitter? Because to try to sustain this for the long haul, it's going to be tough, and it's a possibility you may need to have another surgery. And then if you need another surgery, now you have to decide which one is more lucrative for you, which one benefits you more. Because you're only playing DH, you're not even playing in the field. So you can be a David Ortiz type player, just going out there crushing home runs and breaking records as a DH.
How much they paying that boy?
A lot. It's a lot more now that his damn agent is not using it on gambling schemes for anime.
But there's also a talk about that, about saying the agent never really had a betting issue. So a lot of people are thinking that the agent is the one that took the fall.
For him doing what? So what he do with the money?
So he wasn't the one that really had the gambling issue. It was Shohei. That's what they're saying. That's the alleged rumor.
Oh, you bet the horses, boy.
Listen, no comment. Allegedly.
Right. And no, it's alleged because
all right, Jay. I like that one, Jay.
Are we missing the video, Jay?
Wait, so these are the shining stars right here for the night?
Yeah, but I should have a video before that because I did want to speak on it.
My bad.
Because of something that should never happen in sports. I mean, it's been a while since it's happened, but it's never that. I understand the frustration, but this is the easy way to get yourself a suspension or get kicked out the league or kicked out for the season.
What is it?
So
find a video. Hold up.
I put it in I had it in the news, so I shared it as a video in the news because I wanted it to be last because I didn't really want to shine a lot of light on it.
Oh, no, we're gonna talk about this because I just see the video right now. Homie wilding.
So this is Victor Robles. This is Victor Robles from the Seattle Mariners, who's rehabbing down in Tacoma for the Tacoma Rainiers as he's coming back off an injury.
Give me one moment, Unc. I got you. Your man's is wilding over here.
Find out to Halter at third back in inning number 1. And the first pitch from Estes. Swung on and fouled off on a pitch that hit him. He picks up the bat and throws it at Estes. He is yelling at Joey Estes. He threw an entire bucket of sunflower seeds down the third base line. My goodness.
Now things begin to get a bit seedy here. So now the Aviators and the Rainiers, I've not seen anything like this in a very long time in this league, anywhere.
And Robles is still pacing back and forth in the third base dugout. Everybody from both teams standing near the mound, just kind of watching him. And now he...
Hey, man. Okay. All right. Hey.
Down to Halter at third back in the...
I'm gonna give him about 3.5 seconds for the initial shock of the ball coming in there like that. I really am. But after that, bro, he ought to get his ass whooped.
Now you know me, Nate. I'm all about if you get hit with a pitch, rush the mound, yo.
Right. That's the first 3 seconds, Jay. That's an immediate. I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna.
I'm all about rushing the man. You get hit with a pitch. Come on, let's knuckle up. Let's do what we do.
We got to
turn around, kick the catcher in the face because you know he right behind you. Boom, and then rush the mound.
You talking about that old video? You talking about a throwback video?
Yo, don't be throwing no baseball bat, bro. That's wild, man. Like, chill.
That's bananas, bro. That's bananas. And then you rush them out. And then after they clear you, you go ballistic, and you start throwing. Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah, man.
You already took it one step beyond with the bat throw, and you kind of throwing it like you out here throwing a boomerang and shit.
And then, like, real talk, you throwing the sunflower seeds. That's for your team, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say a moment of silence for the sunflower seeds. I eat sunflower seeds so much. They didn't deserve that. They deserve better. Those sunflower seeds deserve better.
Keep the hands up for them, Jay. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Keep
saying?
the hands up for them. Damn seeds, brother. Damn seeds.
If I was his teammate, I'd be mad like, yo, bro, you know I wanted those seeds, right, fam? Like, that's what you do.
They are, bro. The whole company at David is pissed off.
He got to sit in the back of the bus by the toilet.
And if you heard me laugh a little bit at the end, it is funny how the announcer found a way to make a little pun to my things are getting seedy.
Things are getting seedy, bro. Yo, he was trying.
So Jerry DePito, the Mariners president of basketball operations, they were actually going to recall Victor Robles back up to the majors next week, but now due to this situation, plans have changed, and he's going to serve out. Right now, he's on a 10-game suspension that it looks like won't be lifted or it won't be reduced.
I don't blame him. How much you got to pay? What you got to pay in a fine?
I haven't seen any fine information yet. That may come later. They may come after he gets called up. And you know, with his team, with the Mariners trying to make a push for the playoffs, you know, as they're battling under Houston, fighting off to try to catch up to Houston in the West. This is not the time to for these kind of things. And you know, organizations look at that as like, you know, as a team, you're supposed to be a team player, and we need you up here, but you down here throwing bats and sunflower seeds.
Right here, bruh. Right here. The motherfuckers making you, trying to put you as a leader, especially on a game of baseball. Your head got to be there the whole time, bro. I understand how hard it is. I know what it's like for somebody to throw a ball at you, but damn, for you to go out there and to put yourself and all the rest of your players and the other players in danger by throwing a bat, you know you're going. You know that's a damn.
And I mean, you know, if your pitcher love you, he got love for you. He gonna tag somebody back for you, man.
I don't believe in that shit. You know what? That is the one thing in baseball that I am not kosher with, bro. I really ain't. Cause I mean, this, you know, tit for tat shit. I personally would rather I'd rather have a fisticuff. I'd rather just punch you.
I ain't gonna hold you. If you at bat, right? Listen, hold up, if you at bat and you my teammate and somebody pop you, yeah, I'm not going front.
Look here, man. I can understand.
I'm not gonna hit you. But no, I'm not gonna hit nobody. Like, I'm not gonna hit you in the head or something like that. I'm gonna bust you in your thigh bone. You getting in your thigh bone, bro.
Here's my thing, Jay. Maybe okay. I'll give my opinion on this, and I'm not gonna say you wrong for that. I'm not gonna say anybody wrong.
Hey, Jay, we got a message.
You're already playing a sport where a ball, a hard ass knot thing, is being thrown anywhere between, was it 64? Was that pitch that hit that motherfucker? He said, woo. All right. From 64, and we've clocked Aroldis Chapman throwing a ball at 105 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying? And it's already coming to you at supersonic speeds, and you're standing in a box that's no bigger than 18 inches wide, and you got to swing a bat that's no bigger than 3-4 inches in girth up at the top to go swing at it before it hits this man's glove. And if it gets out the way, it gets out of line, it's gonna hurt something. This shit is crazy, bruh.
Yo,
what?
If somebody hits one of my peoples, they getting hit, plain and simple.
I just don't play. I don't want him to hit me, and I'm hoping that he never meant to throw it at somebody. And I think that anybody that throws the ball and it's meant to go to somebody, fucker should be goddamn suspended for at least 5 games.
Cause I'm gonna be real with you. Like if Nate at bat, right, he in the mound, right, somebody gun him and bust Nate in his shoulder or something like that, or hit him in his wrist, and my man is injured. That's my teammate. That's my
If you can
dog.
see a ball,
Man.
hold up, bro. If you can see a ball breaking towards you and it looks like it ain't really being thrown at you, it's just a wild pitch. I don't expect anybody to go get beamed up. I don't expect it. But if a motherfucker is looking to throw that ball and it looks like it's aiming directly for your leg or your arm or your shoulder, I ain't saying you shouldn't, Jay. I understand your whole premise. I really do. I just wish that it wasn't that. I wish that that kind of thing wasn't part of baseball, because I just see too many people getting hurt. And honestly, if I know you're throwing a baseball at me at 95 miles an hour and you trying to pluck me in my ass cheek, bro, I'm like my man up there. I'm throwing the fucking bat at you. I'm coming with the bat. I'm coming with the bat. Fuck that.
So Art, we welcome you to the show. Welcome, Art. How you doing?
What's up?
Art,
What's
don't
up?
let him throw no baseball at you, dog.
You just woke up? Oh, you just woke up, bro?
Nah, I got my allergies acting up, man. It's stuff changing.
Yeah.
You old. Stuff changing. Your body changing. You don't react the same the way you used to. You know what I'm saying? You move a little different.
So Art, since you came in at the end, if Jay can, we want to share this with you. Jay, play the video one more time for Art. We're talking about the issue with a 9-year, mind you, this is a 9-year veteran in the league. This ain't no 2-year veteran player. This is a 9-year veteran in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Who is a former World Series champion.
Back in inning number 1. And the first pitch from Estes. Swung on.
He threw at him.
And hit him. He picks up the bat and throws it at Estes. He's been tossed. He is yelling at Joey Estes. He threw an entire bucket of sunflower seeds down the third base line. My goodness.
Man, sunflower seeds violated.
Now things begin to get a bit seedy here. So now the aviators
see
anything like this in a very long time.
That was actually funny. But yeah, he threw at him on purpose, man.
So you think that was intentional?
Yeah, I think it was. Because I mean, I think he threw at him on purpose, man.
You think he threw that ball at him?
I do.
I think it was an inside. He swung at that damn pitch.
No, he didn't. Play video again. You can tell when a pitch.
Don't come in here demanding stuff. Play that video again.
Hey, look.
You're gonna yell at me.
Nah. Nah, I'm sitting. Just play the video, man.
Back in inning number 1. And the first pitch from Estes. Swung on and fouled off.
The high inside pitch. He turned into that game. He
Throws it at Estes. He's
actually,
back in inning number 1.
It looked like.
And the first pitch from Estes. Swung on and fouled off on a pitch that hit him.
Nah, he threw it at him.
He picks up Halter at third back in inning number 1.
Let me.
And the first pitch from Estes.
Yeah, he threw at him.
Swung on and fouled off on a pitch that hit him.
Inside, though. It was tight.
He threw at him. He threw it high.
Hit him dead in the middle of the chest.
He threw it high,
Nate,
man.
you're more baseball player than we are. What you think, bro?
I don't believe it was intentional. Sometimes a pitch can get away from you, and you'll assume that they're throwing at you. Now because Robles, I think his frustration may be coming from also as well as where he was hit at. He was hit in the area that he's been rehabbing. You know, that he's coming back off an injury. So usually when you're in the minors and rehabbing, normally nobody's throwing at you, especially throwing at an area that you just rehabbing off of, so you can get called back up. So he is facing the Mariners are suspending him for 10 games because he was playing down in Tacoma Rainiers. So he's suspended for 10 games. They haven't set a fine or nothing yet. He was supposed to be getting called up next week to come back to the Mariners, but now it's going to be pushed back because of this situation.
Yeah, but I feel like that's an extenuating circumstance.
You know, and also as we all agreed, it was unnecessary to violate the sunflower seeds like that. Sunflower seeds are to be protected at all costs.
Jay, one more time, Jay.
Come on, man.
Like Jay said, one of them was like, damn, I was gonna grab me another pack of seeds too.
Sunflower seeds, man. Come on, bro. Why are you doing the sunflower seeds like
Yo, my man said he's getting a bit seedy out here. That was funny.
Right.
And yo, Arthur, I will commend you. This is why you're the Panamanian professor. You know how to spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Because you and Nate are the only ones who caught that. Me and ain't paid attention. We were
messing with the CD. The CD was good though. Once you listen to it again, like
that was
he had time and he hit it on. He hit it on point too, didn't he? He hit it on point.
That was perfect.
That shit was just CD.
And real quick, Art, just to recap real quick. We did talk about because we on the news. Then we at the end of the news now, so I saved that for last because I didn't want to really highlight that like the biggest thing. But like Zach Wheeler from the Phillies is on disabled list due to a blood clot being found. So he has successful surgery. So hopefully he get healthy first before he even talk about playing baseball again.
Right.
The Dodgers were talking about moving Ohtani to the bullpen, which you heard me say that before that they should have been did that. Also, the Red Sox are moving Walker Buehler to the bullpen too. I meant to notice that as well. And we talked about the baseball realignment. So if baseball's thinking about putting a team in Charlotte and in Portland,
you cursing,
Oh, he's talking about the Red Sox, bro.
He's always with the Red Sox, but they're thinking about putting a team in Charlotte and Portland, and they're thinking about realigning the league. So they're going to have 4 divisions. So just to give an example, they're thinking about changing the American League East to the Northeast. And just to give an example, it'll be the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, and the Phillies.
All in the same division.
You can't do that. No.
Talk about it, Art. Why you don't
and,
think they should do that?
And they're doing a division where they're putting Baltimore and the Nationals in the same division.
Why would you? No.
Now, why do you disagree with that, Art? Speak your mind.
Because I just you gotta have them in separate leagues to keep those rivalries, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Art. That's what we all said. Pretty much, you said
the consensus man cave. That's consensus man cave right there, dog.
And look, just so y'all know, our show was live and Art was sleeping the whole time, so he didn't hear what we said.
He didn't know none of that. So Nate, you major league Nate. We need you to send a letter up to Manfredi and tell his monkey ass that shit is a no-go, bro. That thing is a no-go. And if it ain't approved by the man cave, kiss my ass.
I mean, if anything, Derek knows some people. So don't let Derek know.
If you put a team in Charlotte, they can still be like National League East because Charlotte is still on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna
set the time on your light so it don't turn off.
Actually, they're gonna make that the
American. Here touching shit when I shouldn't.
They actually were talking about making that the American League Southeast, which actually makes sense. Like how in the NBA they got the Southeast.
Yeah.
So it would have been Atlanta, Miami, Tampa Bay, and Charlotte.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and they're not rivalries either. There's no rivalry there. That's the
Atlanta
good teams
Charlotte,
are put in that division to make rivalries. That's good enough there.
Well, Atlanta and Charlotte is rivalry, and actually Florida and Georgia is rivalries, even though most of that is from football. But they do have internal rivalries too in those states.
That's what I'm saying. Those would be natural rivalries, which would work.
Right.
Just like in the Northwest, they would put Seattle, the A's, the Giants, and the Portland team all in one division.
That would be sensible. You know what I'm saying? Because the A's even if you said the
remember
A's, right?
I hate to see San Francisco leave the division from the Dodgers because they've been at it since the 50s.
The West.
Since they were in New York, they've been at it.
I was gonna say they were in New York together, so that's part of that rivalry.
But here's the other thing, though. But hold up, it ain't so bad of a rivalry that they can't play because they're still in the same conference. They're still in the NL.
Yeah, they will. What I don't want them to do is the thing about this realignment, and I don't even mean to go back to a topic we already talked to, but you know, you don't want to. I don't want to oversaturate. Like right now, when you got 6 games between the Mets and the Yankees, that's cool. I feel like that's good enough for the season, as opposed to 13 games a year, 13 to 14 games a season.
It waters down the rivalry, yo. It doesn't make it. It's not as fun. Like
No.
I wouldn't.
Too much, right?
To be
It's
honest
too
with
much.
you,
Yeah, it's too
I'll
much.
be honest with you. I wouldn't even look at it as a rivalry anymore. I just be like, oh, they in the same division.
Right. Just like I tease about Baltimore and Washington, you know, the National Guard should always be on deck when Baltimore and DC go at it, but that's a whole nother topic.
And I think it's, and I don't think it's, I think it's not natural. You know what I'm saying? Like I complain about Boston, but it's just a natural build that Boston and New York go at one another. You know what I'm saying? That's a divisional foe. That's kind of like in football with the NFC East. You know what I'm saying? It's the perfect matchup of teams in a division.
Right.
But if you try to put like you said, Jay, like putting the Mets and the Yankees in the same place is blasphemous, bro, because it's gonna take away from the spark that is National League and American League. It's the style,
it was still
it's
a way.
the venues, it's everything.
Yeah, it was still
It's
my
everything.
joy of talking smack to Yankee fans. Like it
I'm not
wouldn't
in your
feel right.
division, but I got something over you. I'm not
Like,
in your conference, but I got something. I can
you know,
talk
like
this shit about you. I
that'd
can
be
talk
whack,
that shit
yo.
about you,
And
right?
and as a Yankee fan, I like the rivalries right now against Boston, Baltimore, and Toronto. Just like I like the rivalries of the Mets versus the Phillies, Mets versus the Braves, Mets versus the Nationals. You know.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is
not
the
going front.
traditional part of baseball that's fun to
The
watch.
Mets and the Braves, is something real personal.
And I go back to remember John Rocker trying to diss about being on the 7 train.
Yep.
Yeah, man, disrespectful, yo. One way in, one way out, buddy. Don't talk.
Those are traditional damn rivalries that shouldn't be messed with.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's the
just
thing
like
about signing it up like that.
it's just
As
like
much as-
when it's just like in basketball, college basketball, when they broke up the Big East and put everybody in the ACC.
Or
Like,
when they
why-
broke up the ACC, Maryland should have never left the ACC. Maryland and Duke
Maryland should
are supposed to
never-
always
why
have
in the
it.
Pac-10. That makes zero
Yeah.
sense.
Then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I don't like Philly, but Philly is like New York's mirror image, yo. Like, I love Philly, but I don't like them because, you know, they're Phillies. But still, it's nothing but love for Philly, man. Like, how you gonna take the Phillies away from them?
It's the actual natural rivalry that is.
I know it's
the
so
city
natural
rivalry that
because
is.
New York and Philly are so much alike that we gotta bump heads. We can't
Like
like
that much alike.
And
we only gonna respect each other.
But you always gotta look too. We all relocate between all that area. We all relocate and live in those areas. Like you got a bunch of New Yorkers in Boston, in Philly, in Delaware, in Maryland, in DC, and whatever.
Right.
So,
and vice versa. You know, because Philly fans, their fan base travel too.
Yeah.
You know, so New York, I mean MLB, just get it together, yo. You know what I mean? But we're not gonna talk about, we're not gonna be bitter no more. We're gonna talk about something amazing because you know Nate always be picking the dope. You know what I'm saying? He always be picking the dope shining stars, yo. As soon as I found it.
So while Jay's looking at it for Shining Stars this week, I'm actually gonna go one that we did just talk about having an oblique injury, who will possibly be out for the season for the Miami Marlins, even though he's right on the 10-day right now, and that's Kyle Stowers, who's plays outfield for the Miami Marlins. He was born January 2nd, 1998, in El Cajon, California. He's
that's crazy.
He was
you gotta put your hand up.
Hey, let me ask you something though. Are the Marlins, are they playoff bound or wild card bound?
No, that's why I already said he needs to sit out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, just shut it down there.
So Stowers played his amateur career at Christian High School in El Cajon, California, and went to Stanford University, where he played baseball for the Stanford Cardinals. And he was in 2018. He played collegiate summer baseball with the Foulmouth Commodores of the Cape Cod Baseball League and was named League All-Star. In his junior year, 2019, he batted .303 with 9 home runs and 39 RBIs in 55 games. And he was drafted by the Baltimore Orioles in the second round of the 2019 Major League Draft. He made his debut with the Orioles June 13th, 2022. He moved over to the Miami Marlins last year, 2024. His current stats are he's through 399 at bats, he has 115 hits, 25 home runs with 73 RBIs with a 288 batting average and an OPS of 912. Next up we have Tyler Soderstrom from formerly known as the Oakland Athletics, but he's down in Athletics now, who plays first base, left field, and catcher. He was born November 24th, 2001 in Turlock, California.
Dang. Son do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I always talked about it's good to know how to play more than one field position out there, so you'll always have somewhere to play. Either way, he attended Turlock High School in Turlock, California. 2019, in his junior year, he hit 450 with 4 home runs. And then in the summer, he played in the 2019 Under Armour All-American Baseball game. He also played for 18U United States National Baseball Team as well, where he batted 364.
Yeah,
and in his senior year, 2020, he was named the Gatorade California Baseball Player of the Year, batting 357 in 5 games. But the season was cut short due to the COVID pandemic. Then he signed to play college baseball at UCLA. He made his debut for the Athletics when they July 14th of 2023, where he's currently batting this year. He's batting 273 with 125 hits through 458 at bats, 23 home runs, 74 RBIs, and an OPS of 830. So that is your shining stars for this week. As we get ready to go to the next topic. Before then, I'm gonna cut in real quick. MLB scoreboard for the day right now. Currently, Houston Astros up on the Baltimore Orioles, bottom ninth inning, 10-7. The Mets manhandling the Braves, 12-4 in the bottom of the ninth inning. Mets had 21 hits in this game to Atlanta's 8 hits. Top of the ninth inning, the St. Louis Cardinals are trailing the Tampa Bay Rays 10-6. The Minnesota Twins are leading the Chicago White Sox 8-4 in the top of the 8th inning. The Texas Rangers are up in the top of the 8th to the Cleveland Guardians 2-1. The San Francisco Giants and the Milwaukee Brewers are tied at 2 in the top of the 7th. The Chicago Cubs are up 1-0 to the Angels in the 3rd inning. The Reds and the Diamondbacks are in the 2nd inning with the Reds up 2-1. The Dodgers and the Padres, who's another weekend, and this is the weekend for the Padres to get back after being swept by the Dodgers. And last week, the Dodgers are up 1-0 right now in the bottom of the 3rd, and the Athletics are up 1-0 against the Mariners. Early final scores: the Nationals beat the Phillies 5-4, so that's going to help the Mets out. And the Yankees were shut out 1-0 today at Yankee Stadium against the Red Sox.
Listen, Yankees, they trying to switch things up, so I need y'all to just destroy in y'all division, and hopefully they'll recognize and realize you guys need to stay over there because we need this rivalry to continue, man. Like, but whatever, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be chill. You know what I'm saying? But Nate, thank you for that update. What was you gonna say, Art?
Nah, that's sacrimonious right there.
Yeah, man. Bro. But Nate, now we got the update for the games right now.
Yes, indeed, no problem. What do I have? Oh yeah, so upcoming games coming up for this weekend. Well, I already talked about them. The games that you watch out for: Mets and the Braves, Yankees, Red Sox, Guardians and Rangers. You can catch that one. San Francisco and Milwaukee is going to be a good series, I think, too. Milwaukee, was on that hot run of 14 games in a row before it was broke by the Cincinnati Reds, and they're trying to continue their winning ways. They're trying to lock up the division. The Giants got a slight chance in the play to make that last wild card spot, but they're battling with the Cincinnati Reds and a few other teams. Excuse me. And of course the Dodgers and the Padres. I've always liked their series. That's another series to watch for this weekend. And actually the division rivals in the Central Division, as the Detroit Tigers have gotten back on track, Kansas City Royals is chasing them, and they're also chasing the wild card. So that's another series to look out for this week for this weekend. And then during this week coming up, as I had mentioned earlier in the show, the Mets and the Phillies definitely one battle of the National League East as the Mets try to stay with the Phillies in that division race. You also have what did I have up there? San Diego against the Seattle Mariners will also be another great series. The Chicago Cubs will go up against who was that? Say Miles. Oh, they will go up against the San Francisco Giants also as well. And actually, the Cincinnati Reds and the Los Angeles Dodgers, I think, is going to be a good series too because you got the powerhouse Giants team, but you got the up and coming Cincinnati team with the Ellie De La Cruz out there and Tyler Fried out there. Also, Key Brian Hayes, who again is a former player, the son of former player Charlie Hayes, who was traded to Cincinnati from division rival Pittsburgh during the trade deadline. So that should be an exciting game also as well. And don't be surprised if the Athletics give the Detroit Tigers maybe a little bit of run for their money, as that Athletics team is playing pretty well, showing that if they stay with this team in a few years, they might actually be back into playoff contention, or at least battling for a wild card.
We don't believe that.
You just mad because they moved from Oakland. I am too, but hey, what can you do? It's all big business.
Listen, they're gonna be cursed for the next 10 years until they move back to Oakland. They cursed. They got a hex on them, man.
That's gonna destroy that city's economy, man. Because didn't Golden State leave too?
Golden State's going. The Raiders are going too.
All right. That was my rant last week, a few weeks ago, yo. I went on a big rant, like whatever. We're gonna talk about something positive.
Yeah, so what we got next? Is that I think I got the Flashback Friday?
You got the Flashback Friday, but I got something before that.
Okay.
Talk about
this is a game between South Carolina and I think South Dakota. This is a great game where it's a comeback from down 6-1. Go ahead, Jay. You can play the video. Courtesy of MLB Little League World Series.
Ball 4, we are tied. What an at bat for Jacob Gibson, and this game is knotted at 1. Pitch to hit, that one's driven to the gap in right. It's going to get down. White was slow, he's being waved in. Here he comes, he will score. 2-1 South Dakota. There's another one to left, deep. The crooked back, he won't get it. Base of the wall, that's a double. Snoozy is in. And a 7th inning wake-up call for South Dakota has them on top by 3. Gerard hits one to center. This sends the center fielder back. Larson can't get it. Now Bennett has scored. Irmo has something cooking. 3-2. Ball 4, and it's 6-4 with nobody out. It's 6-5 on a walk. And the manager's son, who had the big hit last night, Andrew Bogan, now comes to the plate. That one is
Damn.
And it is. What is in? Here comes the winning run. Andrew Bogan does it. South Carolina shocks South Dakota, and they win it 7-6.
Yo, this South Carolina team got something going, yo.
We've seen a lot of good ones late here.
Yo, that was dope.
Yo, Nate, did you happen to see the double play they pulled off that saved them to get into that to get into this game?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh. Yo, hey, hopefully one day you get to show that one, because unless you got it now, because that was if baseball had a facsimile of the miracle play, this was the miracle play. I have never seen any. Oh, that was crazy.
So this was actually supposed to be for today, but before I'm gonna recap Thursday, the elimination games. So the international side, Santa Cruz Aruba defeated, and if anybody knows it better than I can, correct me. Barquisimeto, Venezuela, 3-1, in the American Little League World Series elimination I said elimination chamber. I'm thinking about wrestling. Unfortunately, that South Carolina could not pull off the win, and they lost to Las Vegas, Nevada, 5-3. Now, coming up this Saturday tomorrow, in the International World Championship, the International League, it'll be Chinese Taipei battling Santa Cruz, Aruba, while Las Vegas, Nevada will play Fairfield, Connecticut. The start time is 11:30 a.m. and then followed by the next game, the American World Little League World Series tournament game at 2:30 p.m. Both games will be on ABC.
Okay, make sure y'all check them out, y'all. Check them out.
Shout out to the youngsters out there just playing, having fun out there. It was a heartbreak for South Dakota as you seen some of them just laying down out there on the field, devastated. They thought they had the game in the bag, and when you get that far when you're getting closer and closer, to lose, it hurts. Especially when you're out. Especially when you're out for good.
You know what? They don't have to hold their head down for nothing. Them kids played wonderful. They played great. They played well. It's unfortunate. I mean, it is a sport. It is a game. So somebody does have to win. Somebody does have to lose. But even though you might have lost the game, kid, there's no reason why you should hold your head down. Because they were some dogs, man. That's how you play a game, man. That's a game right there. Both teams played exceptional, man. You just can't. You can't, what I'm saying, discredit any play on any squad on any side of the team. They played a wonderful game. Because I remember playing before I showed this video, I remember playing a basketball game like that, where we went into triple overtime. Okay, when I mean and my team was going back, like we were just going back and forth, trading bucket for bucket, bucket for bucket. Game on. They get the possession, the first overtime, they got the possession, 3-2-1, they shoot it and miss. Another overtime. And then we ended the game with one of my players. He just did a little double crossover, chucked it up from the free throw line. It went in, the buzzer went off, and I picked him up like we won the championship, and we was running around I ran around the gym because I was like, yo, dog, we did it. You know what I mean? And I think that was only the second or third game in the season.
He's having one of the Minnesota Timberwolves pre-celebrations.
Yeah, I'm not even going front. I mean, my team at the time, we wasn't the greatest. We just had a perfect record last season, which was no wins and all losses. We had a perfect record. So for us to get that win early, what I'm saying, like 2 wins early in the season, we won already. Our season started off great. But
indeed.
Nate, I'm gonna bring up this next video that you wanted to show because I know you mentioned that you want to mix things up, being that the season is slowly coming to an end, and you want to switch up from doing Shining Stars to something new. So before I show the video, can you let the people know what you brainstormed and what you came up with?
Well, I'm still going to keep the Shining Stars, especially since we still got the Little League players playing as well, also, and then I may switch it up come playoff time, to where there be Shining Stars of the playoffs and such forth. But I also wanted to just maybe add, and for those who are watching, if you've got any people out there watching, if you like it, I'll continue doing it. If not, just maybe do like Throwback Thursday or, when usually if we do Thursday, it'll be a Flashback Friday. But we'll just show a highlight from back in the days. Some of you may have never seen any of these videos and never seen some old plays, and you only know the modern day plays. And so that's what I'm giving today. So since I was covering outfielders and the Shining Stars, I decided I'd go with one of the biggest outfield stars of the modern day, especially during the 90s, and show one of his many highlight plays in his career.
Give me 1 second, child, while I pull it up.
Stolen bases. High fly ball, well tagged this time, and Junior going back to the track. The wall makes the leap and makes the catch. Amazing catch by Junior as he takes a home run away from Luis Gonzalez. My, oh my! Perfect timing, and Junior receiving a standing ovation here. And you know what, Tiger fans, what a marvelous catch by Junior.
What a catch. And even the players on the field are waving at Junior. That's one of the best catches I've seen Junior make, and he's made so many of them, but I think this is one of his best right here.
Look at his timing, that he scales the wall, jumps as high as he can at the apex of his leap, takes that home run away from Luis Gonzalez. What a catch by Ken Griffey Jr. Holy cow. You know why
you think you
he
can do
is-
that?
Who?
You right?
Who?
That owl that's talking.
Hey, there's some realization there that Junior was a special MF in Major League Baseball, bro. He's just different. He ain't my favorite, but I am never gonna say nothing bad about that man and his baseball skills. Hey,
He's
Ken
definitely one of
Griffey
my
Jr.
favorites.
was a special dude, bruh. He was, he wasn't no Bo Jackson, but Bo Jackson wasn't Ken Griffey Jr., bruh.
Yeah. I mean, the simple fact that you're comparing Ken Griffey Jr. to Bo Jackson to a person who played two sports and was nice in both sports just lets you know how dope Ken Griffey Jr. was as a
Ken
player.
Griffey Jr. was a different dude on the
Like, he's a different
baseball
breed.
field, bro. That dude was, and he did that a lot. That's just one of the, like you said, that's a highlight one that he's done. That I'm sure he probably made his choice of a good 20 or 30 of them damn things. I know that dude done did loads of work out there in the field. And then we're not even counting when you show that pretty ass swing he got. That mother had beside Barry Bonds, that was the best swing in baseball right there.
And the crazy part is, you know what I'm saying, even though he was hitting home runs, Joe, he would just tell you, I was just trying to get on base and hit solid line drives. If it turns into a home run, I'm thankful, I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it, but I was just trying to get on base. Like, that was it.
You know, it's like this with baseball. You couldn't throw a ball past Tony Gwynn or Rod Carew. But this guy, if you tried it with him, it's not that he got a hit. Junior hit that damn thing out the park, bruh.
No.
He had some of. He was a
He
lot.
got a
He was a lot
disrespectful
stronger than I ever thought he was. And his dad, Ken Griffey Sr., played for the Yankees for a while. And I mean, and he could hit a baseball. That brother could hit a baseball. But Junior, yo, bro, there are some people that were born gifted to play sports. Like Grant Hill was, his dad played football for the Dallas Cowboys. His mom ran track. He was born to play basketball. Dude was just a star. This dude right here, Ken Griffey Jr., his daddy said, you gonna play baseball. And he said he been wearing that cap backwards since he was 3 years old. So you know how it was gonna happen. That man was bro, he's the epitome of baseball.
So the fact that you mentioned the backwards cap, also wanted to point out in that video, for those, we might hear right now, but for those who don't know, the throwback to the sleeveless jerseys. It was Griffey had started asking about having sleeveless jerseys. A lot of people didn't like it. They thought it was being disrespectful, but I think he was just trying something different to try to spruce up things within the league or whatever. So,
it was
people
pretty
frowned on it, but they did try it.
Sporty when he did.
Yeah, some teams did try it, but for the most part, they ended up going back to just the regular traditional on the sleeves. But that's another thing I say about baseball has changed from them days where they try to always keep things so gated and thrown back to the old days and whatever.
Yep. And there's nothing wrong with staying nostalgic, but still looking ahead and moving forward. Right? Like, that's one of the things that drives me crazy when something stays stagnant, it doesn't grow, there's no development. Let me see what we got next. Oh man, Nate, we coming to the dope part, but one of the ending, you know what I'm saying? One of the last segments of the show, man. We've been rocking, yo. Dang. All right, y'all. We always come out with the tutorial video on what you need to look out for in case you have a young athlete out there that's just trying to get better, or if you want to be like me and just sound intelligent when you're having a conversation, thinking that you know something about baseball. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You might be out there. What you mean no? What you shaking your head no for, man?
Oh, that's just I was trying to get the bugs out, man. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get you. I don't believe you, but it's okay. It's
Somebody's watching me.
You just don't want me to be great.
Oh. No, that's
Yeah,
not
I know. It be your own peoples. It be your own peoples.
That's not true, Jam. Always, I inspire you to be great in everything you do, my friend.
Uh-huh. Except learning about baseball drills.
No, bro. No.
So this drill is from the YouTube page called Dominate the Game. Sorry, I mean, okay. It's called Dominate the Game in the YouTube channel. And this video is just a little tutorial of a couple drills for the first baseman out there. So even if you play, I think it can help you even if you play second base, you can treat, because sometimes when you're at second and third, you have to treat it like first base too, when you're catching certain throws on a certain hop, making tags or putting your foot on the base when you're doing force plays as well. And you never know. You watch the video, you might be interested in actually being a first baseman. First base is actually not a bad position. So it's the hot spot like third base is, but I played it for some years, and it became fun after a while. It's just because it's just you got to learn the position a little bit, learn where to stand at. But I think it's helpful, and these are some helpful tips for those out there who are predominantly first basemen.
It's good stuff. Legs, and I'm going to work on forehands, picks. Boom. He's going to come out almost on a 45-degree angle, somewhere between the pitcher's mound and home plate. It's going to be nice and low, nice and athletic. It's easier for lefties because it's easier to let the ball travel. But I want to be here ready, in a ready position, so that if that pitcher makes a pickoff, I'm ready to go. As soon as he or she delivers the ball to home plate, I'm going to take one step and one shuffle off the bag. Now, this part's important because a lot of players will come off the bag and I can either spin and make that throw to my shortstop, or I can create.
That's what y'all getting. Y'all getting no more. You know what I mean? You know how I do. I'm gonna give y'all a little sample, but that's it. Dang, where D-Rig and Arthur go? They just disappeared. All we see is
right here, bro.
All we see is your icons and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to be fancy. You see them? They just trying to show their icons, right?
We need people to focus on the video, not on us. It's not important.
Unc got the Brown Sugar Club font going over there.
Don't be mad at my shit, bro. Don't be mad at my shit. I know it's nice. I know it's nice.
That's mad funny, yo. Real fast though, before we come to an end to the show, unless Nate got something more he want to talk about or bring up. Yo, Art, can you plug your show and let us know what we got going on and what we can expect on your platform, my boy?
All right, Wednesday, Wednesday night, 10:30, or Health and Wellness with Arthur Sobers III. Check me out on YouTube, Basement Workouts 1012. Check me out on TikTok, Basement Workouts. IG, base_mint workouts. That's pretty much it.
All right, cool. Appreciate you. Yo, tell the world where we can find you at, Brody.
Yo, it seems like on Monday nights, I got this thing called Dig Rigger Presents Moments with
See, I'm on point. I got you. Everybody gonna do the
so Monday nights between same thing, 9 to 9:30. Bring it in. My show is about anything and everything. You hear me talking about it.
Nice. Yo, Nate, before we skedaddle, get up out of here, is there anything you want to say to the people? You know what I'm saying? Any other topics you want to bring up? Anything that is important going on in baseball, yo?
Nothing much, just continue take a chance, like for those out there, for the novice or the new fan, go catch you a game. Don't listen to other people. People tell you all the nonsense about, and I'm not trying to throw shade into other sports, but you hear people talking about baseball being so boring and just waiting on a home run. Well, you know what? I feel the same way when I'm watching a 9-6 game and I'm told to be excited. Where the touchdowns at? You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's all I'm saying. You know, I ain't hating on football. I'm just saying.
Ouch.
Don't be trying to throw slide at baseball all the time. A 1-0 perfect game being thrown is great. Don't nobody want to see. You know, even I'll admit, as a Pistons fan, them 2004, that early 2000s years, that was some brutal basketball. Sometimes offensively, it was some brutal basketball. But either way, go catch a game. And for all of y'all who got players out there who got kids that are playing, keep practicing. The videos that I send out there, the tutorials, watch them with your kids, practice with them, let them learn a few things, and then maybe even if no matter how skilled you may think they are or they are already, it's nothing wrong with watching some videos. It might help you with your footwork with something or how you catch. You know, so stay out there, keep practicing, stay hydrated out there in that heat. You know, and be safe out there.
Hey, that's what's up. Yo, Art, before we get up out of here, Nate, you gonna close the show, man. Yo, Art, before we get up out of here, man, what you gotta say to the people?
As always, keep God first. Everything else will fall in line.
You know it. Yo, what you got for the people out there, man?
Fight the power.
Hey, you heard the word. For me tonight is gonna be I'm gonna hit you with the word mindset, right? So with that being said, with your mindset should be learning from failure, embracing life's challenges, defeating the odds with a simple thought. Keep a positive mindset and you will be A-OK. Nate, bring us home, family.
Always give it your all, and always never do nothing halfway. Always give it 100%. And as long as you know you did your best, can't nobody tell you nothing.
Hey, that's what it is, yo. On behalf of Nate the Great, Arthur Sobers, and D Rigger, I just want to say thank you. We appreciate everybody who tapped in and tuned in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 10:30 around this time. We're gonna start the show with the whole crew. Again, we already heard the rundown of everything we got going on, man. Hit that like bell, notification bell, like, comment, subscribe, and all of that, yo. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace and love, yo. Peace. Nate, don't cut off.
He too late.